Silence. A ticking clock echoes through a ruined hallway. Dust floats like ash, and through the cracks of Henry Creel's old house, something wakes up. The trailer for Stranger Things 5 isn't just footage, it's a resurrection. Every frame whispers that Hawkins hasn't healed. It's pretending. Students run through school halls again, parents smile through broken windows, and behind them, soldiers stand guard. Rifles pointed at normalcy. Netflix didn't release a trailer, they released a warning. And today, we're diving frame by frame, unraveling every Easter egg, every shadow, and every theory buried inside the final chapter of Hawkins. All the very first shot, Henry Creel's house, still decaying, still humming. It's the birthplace of Vecna, and now apparently his throne. Inside, we catch a glimpse of movement. Vecna himself, chained to nothing, breathing like the house is alive. The walls pulse, not with blood, but with memory. Every light flicker echoes Season 1's Christmas bulbs. It's not nostalgia, it's the loop, Hawkins repeating itself. And then, cut to the high school. Hallways filled with students running, laughing, pretending everything's fine. Yet outside, armored vehicles. A military cordon wrapped around the town like a cage. This is the first Easter egg of Season 5. Hawkins has become a lab again. The military isn't protecting the town from Vecna. They're protecting Vecna from escaping. The entire school scene feels off. Students move fast. The lighting is overexposed, like we're watching a simulation instead of reality. Could this be the Mind Flayer's illusion projected over the real world, or a government fabrication to hide the town's collapse? Hawkins may be under quarantine, but truth can't be contained. The radio tower, WSQK. It was a throwaway frequency in the teasers last year. Now it's the center of the storm. Eleven and Mike sit on its roof talking about being stuck in here.
We're really starting to lose it. Being stuck in here.
The instant he says those words, the trailer cuts to soldiers patrolling the streets. That transition is not random. It tells us what the real trap is. Not Vecna, not the Upside Down, but containment. The people of Hawkins aren't imprisoned by monsters. They're imprisoned by men in uniform. Look closely. The radio station appears twice in two different states, once abandoned, once fortified. That means the group uses it as a safe house, and later as a battle station. In a blink and you miss it moment, we see a cabinet moved aside inside WSQK, revealing a secret room. One covered in maps and recordings. This is probably where they track Upside Down activity, or maybe where they plan to send a signal through the gates themselves. Then comes the callback, the cave gate from Season 1. The camera descends into it again. For veteran fans, that's the very first tear between worlds, the moment the nightmare began. Revisiting it means only one thing. The first gate might be the last key. The Duffer Brothers have always said it began with Will Byers. If that's true, it has to end where Will was taken. The descent cut to 11, and Hopper in the Upside Down. Flashlights cutting through fog. They're walking towards something massive. A structure half metal, half flesh. You can hear faint breathing beneath the music. It's the sound design of a living laboratory. Remember the interview hint from Linda Hamilton's character, Dr. K? That the military set up a research facility inside the Upside Down? This is it. Next, we see the gang group together, but Dustin's face is bloodied. He's the only one hurt. Zoom in on his jaw, scratches, not bruises. This isn't human. Some think it's the jocks again, but no. The lighting matches Upside Down color tone. He's been attacked by a creature, maybe an evolved Demogorgon, or something we haven't seen before. And every time Dustin suffers first, a death follows. It's cinematic language for impending loss. The music slows, Eleven levitates. In Season 4, she struggled with control. Now she owns it. The visual foreshadows her final evolution. Not just a weapon against Vecna, but a bridge between realities. The blue energy waves around her look almost identical to the shockwave from Season 1's portal explosion, but inverted. Blue instead of red equals creation instead of destruction. At 0:56, the music spikes. A brief image of a D&D monster figurine melting in flames. That's the final boss of the original Dungeons & Dragons campaign the kids played in 1983, foreshadowing the true end of Vecna. Then 102, the sky splits. Lightning tears through clouds and something gigantic descends. Not Vecna, not 11, something else. The Upside Down itself is colliding with Hawkins, like two layers of film burning into each other. Gravity flips, cars rise, buildings bend. It's the visual payoff of 5 seasons of dimensional tension, and then a body falling from the sky, not random. Will Byers. Only this time, he's falling up. The first victim becomes the final weapon. Max and Lucas, the broken heart of Hawkins. Max is still in a coma. Lucas carries her through the hospital corridor as alarms blare. Behind them, a Demogorgon. Same composition as Season 2's Shadow Monster Chase. Notice Lucas wears the same blue jacket from the basketball game episode, symbolizing hope and denial. He refuses to let go, but the music drops when he screams her name. A sound designer choice that echoes Season 4's Running Up That Hill. Her survival is the soul of the season. The military clash mid-trailer, a barrage of explosions inside the military base. Soldiers fire at creatures pouring from rifts. Then a massive silhouette emerges from smoke. Vecna, reborn. His design is different now. Veins glowing orange, spikes forming a crown. He's absorbed Mind Flayer energy. The scene mirrors Apocalypse Now imagery. Humans shooting at a god they created. He annihilates them with a gesture. Telekinetic shockwave, metal ripping like paper. It's not violence for spectacle, it's theme. Jonathan and Nancy embracing before a blast. Robin screaming, Hopper on his knees. And then the shot fans will debate for months. Steve Harrington covered in blood, smiling. The camera lingers too long. His story has come full circle. The Protector dies protecting. Every season needed a sacrifice. This one demands a legend. Will and Vecna. The final conversation. At the end, we hear Vecna's voice. William, it's time to come home.
William, you are going to help me one last time.
Not Will, William. That single word changes everything. Vecna never saw Will as a random kid. He saw Imash's chosen successor. It confirms what fans theorized for years. Will was the first link, the original vessel for the Mind Flayer. Now Vecna wants to finish the circle he began in 1983. It's Harry Potter meets Voldemort, but darker. Will as the boy bound by evil, Vecna as the god who made him. The final battle isn't just physical, it's spiritual. Symbolism and hidden Easter eggs won. Queen's Who Wants to Live Forever, underscoring the trailer, connects to the show's core theme, mortality and memory. 2. The radio station vinyl Easter egg references bicycle race, signifying cycles of time. 3. Bradley's Big Buy truck reappears, same brand as Season 1, showing time loop. 4. Dr. K, played by Linda Hamilton, symbolizes science trying to colonize the unknown. 5. Hawkins Memorial Hospital equals every death in one place, visual metaphor for grief. 6. Holly Wheeler seen near lightning equals parallel to young 11 touching the rift. 7. Dimension X shots equals the origin plane of Henry Creel's mutation. 8. Blue and red light patterns throughout equals creation versus corruption. 9. Every clock hand frozen at 3 o'clock equals the time Will vanished in Season 1. 10. Final frame cuts on 11's eye opening. Upside down reflection inside equals worlds merged. The last montage feels like a funeral disguised as a battle. Fire reigns. Vecna walks through explosions like a king returning home. 11 stands opposite him, hair floating, eyes burning. Two forces of the same origin finally face each other. Every beat of the music syncs with memories from past seasons. Bike bells, Christmas lights, the sound of Eddie's guitar echoing faintly under the score. It's not just nostalgia, it's the sound of goodbye. And that one question lingers as the screen fades to black. Will anyone make it out of Hawkins alive? So what does it all mean? Henry's house wasn't just the origin of evil. It's the final battlefield. The military is the new villain disguised as order. 11 has mastered creation itself. And Vecna, he's not coming to kill. He's coming to combine worlds, souls, realities. This isn't just the end of Stranger Things, it's the collapse of every rule it ever built. The 5th season trailer doesn't tease answers, it teases consequences. And when it all ends, we'll see whether Hawkins was ever meant to be saved, or whether it was the Upside Down trying to save itself all along. If you caught more hidden details or noticed a clue we missed, drop your theory in the comments. Which moment hit you hardest? Will's name, 11's new power, or Steve's fate? And if you live for deep cinematic breakdowns, subscribe and stay in the loop. Because here at Gravity of Frame, we don't just watch trailers, we decode them.